Hey, it's Nicole. I'm back again with more positive impact for mind and body. Sorry about that. I'm a little thrown off because my kitty cat's over here. Hey, Ruby Doo, say hi. Rube, hi, baby girl. Say hi. Say hi, everyone. So, amidst my messy desk is my cat, and on the other side of me is my dog. So, don't be surprised if you hear someone meowing or barking. I'm alone today. So, anyway, today I wanted to chat with you for just a second. It's not going to be a long one today because it's just me. But I wanted to chat with you because this week we have not just Veterans Day, which is very exciting for different reasons, but I'll tell you that in a minute. We also have World Kindness Day, which is Saturday the 13th. Now, I'm always kind of amazed at how many new holidays can be packed into different months. Every time November comes up, I automatically think of Thanksgiving, don't you? I'm not really thinking World Kindness Day. And yet, I love that. I love that it exists. So, one of the things that I was thinking was, when we're kind to other people, what perpetuates that? What makes us feel like we want to be kind to other people? Usually it's because our kindness cups have been filled up already, right? We feel really good about giving to someone else or being kind to someone else when people are kind to us. So it's this massive kind of cycle that we can perpetuate on our own. And sometimes, even when no one is kind to us, but we're kind to someone else, doesn't that make you feel awesome? Makes me feel awesome. I swear, so good. I was particularly impressed. I didn't really have any kind of a discussion with my family. We have 3 sons, and one is in Europe right now. And the other 2 are home with me. And we've never really sat down and talked about Veterans Day. My dad was an Air Force vet, and my uncles have all also served. I think it was in the Army, both of them. But at any rate, we never really talked about, how to be kind to a vet. And thank you for your service just doesn't seem to cut it on some days, don't you think? I feel like I just want to do so much more. So anyway, I found it interesting that my youngest, my 16-year-old son, decided to volunteer with a club within his school called the Key Club to, I guess, how would you call this, plant? It looked like maybe hundreds of flagpoles with the American flag on it at a memorial site in New Milford, New York, New Milford, Connecticut. Excuse me, I'll get my names right one day. Anyway, let me tell you, I really didn't anticipate how I'd feel when it was all done and I went to go pick him up. Now, mind you, this was a morning, it was very, very cold last weekend. I think it was a Saturday morning. It was very, very cold, and I had to give him a pair of hand gloves and, so that he wouldn't freeze. He was supposed to be there 2 hours. Well, he not only gave his gloves to someone else, kind thing to do, there were so many volunteers for this project that they were done almost an hour earlier than they had anticipated. Beautiful, beautiful, right? I go to pick them up before I find all this out. I don't know, just seeing all those flags and, knowing that there were hundreds of kids there, or, maybe 50 or 60 kids, maybe I'm exaggerating. They're putting up these flags, just made me bawl. I was crying and crying and crying and crying. And I don't know if it's because I am a medium. So maybe I felt all of that, energy from the vets thanking the kids, or maybe it just moved me because I do think this is an amazing country and we have an amazing ability to create an independent and totally innovative place to live. Maybe it was a combination of that. I'm just saying that I was really impressed because, like I said, I'd never really mentioned it to my son. I didn't really, tell him how important it was, and it is. It just hadn't come up in conversation. We've had a lot going on in the last couple of months. If you've been tuning in every once in a while, we've had 2 moves. And like I said, one son went to Spain, and we've had a lot of shifts and changes. My business has shifted and changed. My husband's business has shifted and changed. So it just didn't come up, but I was impressed that my 16-year-old decided that it was a good idea to volunteer for this effort. Now, there are millions of ways you can volunteer for Veterans Association, and it's just a matter of doing a little Google research, I guess, and getting that information for yourself. But one of the things that I find very interesting usually is when we're in that giving mood, when we're inspired or motivated to be kind to someone else, is because someone has been kind to us. And I have to say, all my clients, my email newsletter list is like over 1,400 people. I think I've had maybe 2 people unsubscribe in the last 3 years. Let's put it that way. Okay. Everyone has been so kind, so generous, and thankfully they think my information is worthy enough to hold on to, I guess, or maybe it's going to spam and I just don't know. But no, people have been genuinely kind to me in the past, not just about the services I provide, whether it be Reiki or personal training or psychic reading or doing subconscious or super conscious conversations. They've always been very kind and generous with their compliments, and I've always taken that to heart. It's always been a pleasure to do what I do. Really, truly fulfilling. So I think it's easy, like for myself, to be kind to my children, and my children then are so kind to each other. Even it's created, this dynamic within our family that we genuinely try to be kind to each other, contrary to a lot of television shows out there who want to expand and kind of, I guess, what do I want to say? Over dramatize negative family dynamics. I want you to over dramatize really positive family dynamics and be kind to each other. Tell me how you're kind to your family. Tell me how you're kind to yourself. How does that play itself out for you? Instead of, overexposure of all the negative, how can we be even more positive and more in people's faces than we have ever been before in our lives? So for myself, I genuinely love hearing, or just as an example, I got home late from work one afternoon or early evening. It was about 5:00. And here in this house, we have pizza night. I'm sure you guys do too, at some point. So my 2 sons go ahead and make pizzas, and they know that if I'm not here or my husband is not around, they start pizza night around 5:00. So I was getting home around 5:30 to the sight of my youngest son, my 16-year-old, hugging my oldest son around his waist, holding him up and saying, "I love you, Austin. I love you, Austin." And Austin looking down, 24-year-old, saying, "Okay, you can put me down now." I guess it kind of had to be there, but it was a great sight for a mom to see that her sons were being so kind to each other and having fun together. So, some people play cornhole to have fun together and be kind to each other. Some people, help each other out with their computers, or try to play a game outside, or go for a long walk or a hike if they need to. Sometimes my oldest will take my youngest out for a little while just to get out of the house. So you want to kind of like get those thoughts in your mind. And then what I would do, and I have been doing for a while, on and off, not as consistently as Kindness Week, but is I make a list of the things that happened this week that were so genuinely kind that I'm grateful for. You get where I'm going? Grateful. That theme is next. So I personally love to also be kind to myself. So I try to go for a massage once a month or every other month if I can. I also try to give myself a break. Doing these podcasts are awesome and I love it. I mean, I wouldn't do this if I didn't love it, But it can be a toll on you sometimes. It's exhausting because right after this, I do my workout and then I train two people or I have two other sessions before my day is over. So I try to be kind to myself on certain days. I know I want to hit certain goals and make sure that I'm hitting every marker where it comes to muscular development and flexibility and things like that. But some days, like yesterday, I was a little under the weather. So I didn't have enough energy. I just got on the elliptical and I did a little circuit on the elliptical doing core training, abdominal strengthening, tricep work, and a few other exercises, and then I called it a day. So I was kind to myself that way. I didn't really push myself that hard, but there's other ways too. Like I find, I don't know about you, my first love was art, right? So I painted all these behind me, and I was an illustrator for like a heartbeat until I realized I couldn't make any money at it. So my first love is art. So sometimes I'll just take an afternoon and I'll just allow myself to go somewhere in a park and draw, maybe draw a waterfall or a bird or, some animal romping in the woods or something like that. So I'll be kind to myself that way. But when I'm done with that, I really feel a sense of accomplishment. And then I want to share that, right? So my son, who had asked me to help him learn how to draw human anatomy, I was trying to help him learn how to draw human anatomy, and my other son needed a ride somewhere. And, these daily things add up in a child's psyche, and it expresses itself spontaneously, apparently, by things like what my son did, planting 100 flags for the Veterans Day. So I want you to think about 3 ways that you can be kind to yourself right now. If it's your mind, if you're overwhelmed or have super amounts of anxiety, maybe you want to take a mental break and not engage in social media or a movie or your cell phone or whatever, but maybe just give yourself a moment to breathe and learn how to meditate. Um, for myself and a lot of my clients, I know meditation has been the kindest thing that I and they have ever done for their mind and body. When you meditate, you drop all of that hyper intensity, all that hyper, beta activity in the brain, and you allow your brain to just be. How often do we get that opportunity? We don't often allow ourselves just to be. And I know there's a lot of conversation about it, and we talk a lot about just learning how to be in this moment. But the actual practice is actually a big challenge for many of us. We're very hyper stimulated these days, and we have a lot on our plates. If we're not working, we're running after kids, we're making dinner, we're organizing, the parent SPTO conference or something, whatever it is, we're all hyper stimulated. So allowing yourself to drop into that open space where you're not thinking so much about everything else, you're just breathing and allowing your mind to sink into your body. I think that's a very kind thing to do for yourself. Obviously, I mentioned one of my favorites for body, which is massage. I've always loved massage, and I've never, ever heard anyone say, either about my Reiki sessions or getting a massage or working out with someone. I've never heard anyone say, geez, I wish I'd never done that. Holy cow, that was such a waste of time. No, in every single case, people are grateful for their own self-awareness to give themselves what they needed in that moment. And for your spirit, there's nothing better than thanking a vet. Thank a veteran and thank all the people that have supported this country and who have supported your family and who have supported your efforts and goals. I'm very grateful that I have, 3 phenomenal sons that are all expressing themselves in really different ways, but I couldn't be more happy or proud of any of them. They're doing a great job being who they are. So just make that list of what you can do for yourself to be kind to yourself, because that will improve endorphin levels, serotonin levels, GABA. When you meditate, GABA kicks in and starts to create more of an alpha state in the brain. These are all crucial things to your own health and well-being, mind, body, and soul. So Make that list of things that you can do for your own mind, body, and soul. And then make a list of things you're grateful for in kindness in your own life. And maybe offer that to a vet in some form that you are really, really, really special and great for. Okay. That being said, I want to thank you so much for joining me for Positive Impact for Mind and Body. I am going to be rolling out my new weight loss meditation series very soon. I'll leave my website up here just in case you want to check it out, peruse it. I have a couple of beta testers checking it out right now. I want to make sure everything works before I actually launch it officially. So that's one. And if you ever want to just follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I am, or what is it now? It's not Facebook, it's Meta. So if you want to follow me on Meta, Instagram, or Twitter, I'm at, I was going to say Twister. You could do Twister too. Twitter, I am at Nicole's MBM. So that being said, thanks so much, everyone, for watching, enjoying, and loving your mind and body. I will be back. This week is kind of like a surprise week. I don't know. I had talked to someone about being a guest on the show. I'd like to get a vet on the show. So I will fill you in later today, possibly on these channels, but also I will be posting on my Facebook page for Mind Body Mastery the most recent bookings I can get. Okay. I love you guys. Love and enjoy your mind and body. And I will talk to you very soon.